Wow. This is an amazing podcast because I have such a special guest. Now, guests make the podcast. If there were no guest, there just wouldn't be, it wouldn't make a good podcast. With all the people I could be interviewing, I have interviews set up throughout the planet Earth where I can interview just about anybody, and I have that luxury. I could interview actors. I could interview uh, athletes, entertainers, uh, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Elon Musk, individuals that are well known throughout the earth. But a special guest tonight, I have none other than Gordon Patrick Stevens. Gordon Patrick Stevens, thank you so very much for coming on this podcast. This is truly amazing. Now, you have a very interesting story, so without any further ado, I'll let you tell us and tell my viewers about your amazing story.
Yeah, this is Patrick Gordon Stevens, and I live I'm from northern Vermont. And, well, it's kind of an ironic story. It's a really fascinating one, as you said, Random Green. The pleasure's all mine. I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to come on this podcast and talk to you about, well, as you know, Gordon Patrick Stevens is my name, and GPS. It's GPS, Gordon Patrick Stevens, not Global Prediction Network or Global Spotting Systems or whatever GPS is called. Now, it's kind of ironic. I went down to, I am a scientist, but I'm not good at directions, and I wound it up in southern New Hampshire. I'm northern Vermont, and I was thinking I was driving to northern Vermont where I'm from, and then I drove down to southern New Hampshire. it I just didn't understand. My car was giving me the wrong direction, and I told my wife at the time. My wife ran off and left me for another guy from Boston, Boston, Massachusetts. Anyway, it doesn't make any sense how, it's just a tragedy how that happened, but I'm a scientist, and yeah.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, Gordon Patrick Stevens. Look in the bright side, you don't have to ever, again, be married to anybody, so that's pretty good. And probably that's a blessing in disguise that you don't have to, you can focus more on your science work. And its global positioning system is what is the GPS. That's what it stands for, the global positioning system. But that's fine.
Yeah, thank you there for correcting me. Like I say, yeah, it's a global positioning system. But getting back to my car, when I was parking my car in my yard, the soil was getting under the tire that was affecting the threads on my tire, and that might have been affecting my car when I was going to southern New Hampshire. So, yeah, another thing about not being married is, Random Green, you might like being single, and but I miss my wife. I miss her. I miss her very much. Now I'm talking like a southerner. What is wrong with me? I don't understand. What tarnation?
That's fine, Gordon Patrick Stevens. Tell us about your science work. What kind of scientist are you?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Uh, I am a sanitation engineer, and yes, it's a good job. It pays well. You have to have your Class A where I work at. So in some ways, I'm not an ultimate scientist like you think of a physicist or um, like a medical scientist or abiogenesis or something like that. But I do have a really good job for the Northern Vermont Sanitation Services.
Oh, that's very cool to hear there, Gordon Patrick Stevens. That is truly amazing. Have you ever thought about going on YouTube and sharing your story? What I mean by that, Gordon Patrick Stevens, is have you ever thought about starting your own YouTube channel? As you know, my YouTube channel is uh, way above normal when it comes to subscribers. It doesn't show on my channel, of course, and you know that, and everybody knows that. But what I mean by that is, you ever thought about yourself going on YouTube and starting your own YouTube channel about that? Perhaps you could, you would probably get at least 1 billion subscribers in a matter of minutes, knowing your story, Gordon Patrick Stevens.
I never really thought about that. I was always ashamed of what people might think about me. You know, I'm kind of embarrassed to get on YouTube and make a video because I care what people think about me. I kind of get scared. What do people thought about me? What's that noise? Ah!
Relax, Gordon Patrick Stevens. It's all right. You're like a lot of people out there that just get embarrassed that they don't start a YouTube channel. They don't want to make a video because they would care too much of what people think. And I'm here to set the record straight. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Just get out there and make a YouTube video. Yes, make a YouTube video. And you can do it, Gordon Patrick Stevens.
Oh, go park your car in the yard. Go park your car in the yard. Me being from Northern Vermont, I can't do it. I don't even. You're talking to a guy that drives to Southern New Hampshire. It doesn't make sense. How am I? Never mind. I'm gonna do it, Random Green. You inspired me. I am going to make YouTube videos. And I'm going to inspire everybody else to make YouTube videos too. Thank you, Random Green. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Anyway, I got to turn around from Southern New Hampshire and go back to Northern Vermont now.
Alrighty. Thank you so much to Gordon Patrick Stevens for that amazing podcast. Thank you very much for stopping by the Random Green channel. All right, bye.